Boro's transfer business just keeps on moving as we've signed our third new signing, and it's not even July yet. What is up, guys? Matthew here and welcome back to the channel, and today we're discussing our third signing of the summer, albeit it was a signing we kind of saw coming. It's a signing that's been in the pipeline for quite a while. I think I mentioned it actually in our Bergzorg video we did, but US international Aidan Morris has been confirmed as Boro's newest midfielder. On the Boro website it does say US international Aidan Morris has completed the formalities of his move from MLS side Columbus Crew. The 22-year-old midfielder has signed a 4-year contract with the club after jetting in from the States this week. The highly rated Morris arrives with over 100 appearances for Columbus Crew under his belt and has a burgeoning reputation as a tough tackling athletic midfield man. Born in Florida, Morris represented the US national team at under 18, under 21 and under 23 level before making his senior debut against Serbia in January of last year. Boro head coach Michael Carrick said, "We're delighted to welcome Aidan to the club. He's a good player. He suits our style of play. He's strong. He likes to get on the ball. He likes to play with both feet. He's a good age, but he's already had a taste of success and he has a good amount of experience. We're excited to work with him." Morris, of course, becomes the third signing for the club this summer after Luke Ayling and Delano Bergzorg. So, what do I think of this signing? Well, I think like any signing that Boro make these days at the moment with this model, you've obviously got to allow the player time to settle in. You've got to allow the player time to get up to speed with the Championship. I do believe that moving from the MLS to the Championship is a step up, and I think that's always got to be taken into consideration with Boro's model, which, as we all know, is to sign players that look at Boro as a step up, look at Boro as a place where they can develop as a player, get better, and we can possibly look to improve them and sell them on in the future. It is the ultimate sustainable model that football clubs are trying to utilise now, and I think Morris fits straight into that. But in terms of his profile, I think he fits Boro's team incredibly well, because we mentioned this and we've discussed this in numerous videos. Boro's midfield is one of our biggest problems going into this season, because we have Johnny Howson signing on. He's not getting any younger, even though he appears to be the opposite in terms of he defies age, and despite getting 1 year older numerically, he gets 1 year younger physically. There will come a point where Johnny Howson gradually drifts into a more part-time role, and then obviously we'll call it a day. And other than that, Lewis O'Brien left the club, of course. He was only on loan. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to return. You've then got Aidan Hackney, who himself has huge eyes on him and potentially could leave if a huge bid comes in. I think we might hang on to him, I don't know. And then you've got Dan Barlasser, who is hit and miss, and as I mentioned in a previous video not too long ago, is being linked with a move to Trabzonspor. So it's an area of the squad that's quite thin and is at risk of getting even thinner. And for quite a while, Boro fans have been discussing the future. Who's going to replace Johnny Howson? What do we need in midfield? And I think this lad fits the bill. I think he ticks a lot of boxes. He's not a goal scorer. He's not someone who will get that many assists. I think he'll do the dirty work. He seems like a really good sort of Jack Russell terrier. You know, that sort of midfielder that nips in, makes tackles, breaks up play. I wouldn't say necessarily nasty, although I do think Boro need a bit of nastiness in their side, but we have been crying out for a midfielder who will put them tackles in, protect the back four to an extent, but basically get the ball, turn over possession from the opposition, and get us moving. And that sounds exactly like what he's good at. He's good at taking the ball from the opposition, winning it in deep areas, looking up, picking up a pass, and getting his team moving in the right direction. And I feel like if he can utilise that role effectively, it allows the other central midfielder he's paired with to have a more free role going forward, possibly being more creative, having a bit more freedom to get forward. And I can really see the balance of Aidan Morris and Aidan Hackney working very, very well. You know, two young, energetic, dynamic midfielders. One that can go forward and create, the other that can stay back and intercept. But equally, they're both just as good on the ball. They both have very good passing. That's one thing that Aidan Morris does appear to have, is very, very good passing range. So he, I think, will be that perfect deep-lying midfielder who'll break up play, pick the ball up in deep areas, and get us moving. Get the move going from the back, get us up the pitch, and be that little Jack Russell that nips in and nicks the ball off attacking players. Now, of course, it will, as I say, take him time. He's got to get up to speed, and he is known for maybe misjudging tackles at times, and I think he might be one who picks up a couple of bookings here and there, but at least he's willing to get himself in there and try to get the ball back for his team. As we say, 22, very good age. 4-year contract will take him to 26 when he's entering his prime. So I think this is a fantastic signing for Boro, and again, I just hope over time it will be a beneficial signing that we can see the best of. But I think profile's great, the area of the squad that this fills is great. I did say in my reaction video, which I did on TikTok, so if you want to go and see my instant reaction to this signing, go on to my TikTok page, which should be in the description of this video. But I did mention I don't think this will be the last midfielder that we sign. I do feel like there'll be more, and I do feel like we might have more additions, but this might open the door for a potential exit for Dan Barlaser. There have been discussions, we believe, with Trabzonspor. Apparently we're not too far apart in terms of numbers. Maybe Boro were waiting to bring Morris in to maybe let Barlaser go. Obviously, if that's the case, we've then got just as many midfielders as we had before, which also means we have to then sign another one. But we've got plenty of time. You know, we've brought 3 players in, and it's not even July, which is fantastic from the club. I've said this a million times. The way Boro are operating now brings me so much optimism. We seem organised, we seem proactive, we seem on it, and we're filling in the gaps in the right areas. Luke Ayling is a fantastic player to bring it right back. Bergzog's given us something different going forward that we don't have, and Morris is the exact profile of midfielder that we need. We just have to completely remember, and I hope Boro fans do, patience is key with these signings. We've seen it with Rav Vandenberg, we've seen it with Finn Azaz, we've seen it with Latilaf. Patience with these players is key. Let them bed in, let them get used to the system. New country, new league, a tough league, but I'm sure time this signing will come good. I'm very, very happy with it, and I hope Boro fans are too. So if you are a Boro fan, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this signing. As I said, the Boro Breakdown podcast, which I'm a part of, have done a huge in-depth lowdown with reaction and analysis from football pundits from America and others that know him better from Columbus Crew, and they've broken down what he's good at tactically. So check that out if you want a more in-depth lowdown. But that's my thoughts, at least. Very, very happy with this signing and Boro's transfer window so far. So if you've enjoyed this video, do it a like on it. Subscribe for much more, as I'll be doing lots more Boro, England, Euros and Championship content to come as we head towards the new season. Thank you all for your support thus far, and I'll see you all in the next one.